We know who you are, Jesus of Nazareth. You are the Holy One of God. And how right that demon was. Greetings, everyone, and welcome, whether you are watching from Boston to Baton Rouge or Lubbock, Texas, London, England, on the World Wide Web. It's a joy to pray with you this day as we begin the season of ordinary time. Yet how ordinary can it really be when we hear readings like this? Recently, just last week actually, I went for a walk through my parish. I needed to visit someone, and it was a nice sunny day, so I decided to go for a bit of a walk. And as I was walking down one of the large streets in the city of Boston, Newbury Street actually, I came upon a church, one of Boston's old grand churches right on Newbury Street. It was in the distance, but I could see the large doors. And in front of the two large doors, I saw something that at the time looked a bit, curious. It was a man. A man who was on his knees in front of the two large doors, and from behind I could see that his hands were extended like this. So picture that. A man on his knees, his two hands extended. And I smiled as I walked closer to him from behind, so I was really seeing the back of him. I said to myself, what's he doing? What's he doing? He's doing one of two things. He was either working or he was praying. One or the other. Working or praying. I drew closer. And as I got closer to him, I could indeed see that, he was on his knees. The door to the church was ajar. The lock was taken out of the door, and indeed he had a toolbox. His hands, like this, he was holding a level. He was actually fixing the door. He was working. From behind, however, it looked like he was praying. I smiled and continued walking down the street with those two words in my mind, work and prayer. By the time I got to the parishioner's house, it had become in my mind the work of prayer. What exactly is the work of prayer? What are you and I doing together right now? We're praying. We're working at our faith because it truly is the work of prayer to allow Jesus to do for us what he did for that man with the unclean spirit. A man filled with doubt and fear and darkness. Jesus, with just a word, quiet, come out of him, offered that man new beginnings. My friends, it is the work of our prayer to allow Jesus each and every day to work miracles in us, for us, sometimes through us for others. It indeed is the work of our prayer to believe that Jesus is indeed a part of everything that we do. Today is the first day of ordinary time, and so we do have in our minds the words of Christmas. We still have in our minds the star of Epiphany. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, because the Word was God. A light came into the world, a light that no darkness can extinguish. My friends, this day, you and I celebrate the fact that it is the work of our prayer each day to allow His light to fill us, driving out unclean spirits, driving out bad attitudes, driving out darkness that can lead to fear, that can lead to sadness, that can lead to sin. My friends, through the miracle that is the Word of God, You and I are reminded this day that with Jesus, there is nothing that we can't accomplish. There is nothing that we can't do. There is nothing that we can't get beyond when we put into practice Emmanuel, a name which means God is with us now and always. Emmanuel, the light that's come into the world for you and for me, so that we never need fear standing in darkness ever, ever again.